Hello, it's A-10C here, and it's time for a tutorial or a guide on how you can find all the enemy aces in Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. You can see a list of all the aces in the game, here the 24 of them that I have already unlocked, and in this guide I'll be showing you how to unlock them or how to find them, because there are certain triggers that you have to do in the game, and also what's the best strategy on how to deal with them. Enemy aces are a special type of enemy unit that you find in the Ace Combat games. They are named aircraft, and besides giving more points for shooting them down, you also get awarded with a paint scheme for your aircraft, which is the paint scheme number 3 in Ace Combat 7, and you also get a little bit of a preview of them in the campaign assault records, which you can find on the data viewer. Before we get started, just to let you all know that you can only find the enemy aces on the difficulty of normal or above. If you play on easy, you will not find them. So our first enemy ace on the list is the MiG-21 Pyro that you can find in Mission 1. In order to trigger the appearance of this ace, you must bring an aircraft that is equipped with a special weapon that is capable of destroying multiple targets in the same salvo. So for instance, I brought the YF-23 equipped with the 4 AAM, but you could also bring an aircraft equipped with the 6 AAM or the 8 AAM. It is very important that you bring a set of missiles that are capable of destroying multiple targets in the same salvo. So to trigger his appearance, the only thing you need to do is to destroy the third enemy group of targets, which is comprised of 2 bombers and 2 escort fighters, the MiG-21s, and destroy all of them in the same salvo of missiles. It shouldn't be too hard because it's Mission 1 and they shouldn't even try to dodge. Once you are able to destroy all these targets with the same salvo of your special weapon, you should see Pyro spawn on the northwest of the map, a little bit behind you where you were destroying the enemy targets. The second enemy ace in our list is the MiG-29 Jester, a happy coincidence with the character from Top Gun. In order to find this ace, you need to destroy all the targets when the mission is updated, all the TGTs, which are related to the enemy airbase, including transport aircraft, enemy fighters, the control tower, and so on. You need to destroy all of these before you get into the cutscene where the enemy drones are released or launched from their trucks. If you do everything correctly and on time, you're gonna see Jester's MiG-29 coming out of the hangar on the east side of the airfield. It is interesting that this ace spawns on the ground and not in the air, so do enjoy the opportunity to shoot him down while he is taxiing and taking off from the taxiway. The next ace on our list is the F-16C Bayonet that you can find in Mission 3. In order to trigger his appearance, you must destroy all of the enemy targets in the first part of the mission in less than 90 seconds from mission start. Or in other words, you cannot let the clock or timer hit 18 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Now, this might be a little bit challenging with early game aircraft, but do bring in your firepower. I personally recommend the Sukhoi 57. Just get with the pulse lasers, just get done with the enemies as soon as possible, and you should see this enemy ace appear right after you get the cutscene of the Arsenal Bird. This enemy ace will appear on the northwest of the airspace just after the Arsenal Bird and its drones. You can pretty much fly through and ignore the Arsenal Bird, and there you go, that's how you're going to be able to find the F-16C Bayonet. The next ace is the F-15J Ronin that you can find in Mission 4. In order to trigger the appearance of this ace, you must fly under 200 meters or 650 feet during the first phase of the mission, which is to avoid the enemy radar. After you're done that, you're gonna proceed, destroying the regular ground targets. You're gonna get the cutscene with the helicopter landing, and after that mission update where you have to protect the helicopter and the Marines, you're gonna be able to check on your radar that the Ronin or the F-15J is at the north side of the map, just over the city. He will try to flee towards the west, but you have to intercept him very fast. So for this mission, I recommend a fast aircraft, possibly with some long-range anti-aircraft ammunition or special weapon. The next enemy ace is the F-15C Fang that appears in Mission 5, and to trigger his appearance, or to find him, there's actually an interesting process. You first must get 75% damage on your aircraft while your FCS is locked. The best way to accomplish this is to get behind the Tupolev 95 or the Bear Bomber and get very close until the tail gunner gives you enough hits. Just don't crash. After you've done that, just destroy the 3 enemy bombers and you should be able to see the F-15C Fang on the center/northwest of the map. Pick a fast aircraft in order to fly out and intercept him, and that's how you get him. The next ace in our list is the F-14D Kitten that you can find in Mission 6. In order to trigger his appearance, you need to fly through the tunnel that can be found on the enemy base on the west side of the map, as you can see in my radar here. As soon as you enter the tunnel, you're gonna see the ace pop up on the radar onto the southwest of your position. Just fly out to intercept, and that's how you get the F-14D. The enemy ace from Mission 7 is a Typhoon Faucon, and in order to find him, simply destroy the non-TGT targets before destroying all the TGT targets in the first phase of the mission. This includes AA guns, SAM launchers, and helicopters. After you destroyed all the non-TGT targets, you'll see him spawn just north of the center of the map. The enemy ace from Mission 8 is the F-15E Gazelle, and this can be a bit tricky for new players because you are required to destroy all the targets in the first part or the first phase of the mission. That includes all your tanks, refineries, AA guns, and so on. You literally need to clean the map from ground targets before the timer runs out. The F-15E Gazelle is gonna show up in the mission update when you have the enemy drones coming in. He's gonna be amongst the pack but slightly behind the enemy drones. Once you see that huge swarm on the radar, just look for him and you should be able to find him a little bit to the north getting into the combat area. The next enemy ace is the F-18 Spider from Mission 9. Now, in order to trigger the appearance of this ace, you need to destroy lots of non-mission critical targets, that is, enemy AA guns and warehouses that are not marked as TGTs. The problem is that in this mission you have the whole enemy missile thing, so you have to stay inside the clouds or under them for protection. So I recommend you to bring some long-range anti-ship missiles so you can snipe enemies from distance. After you destroy roughly half of the enemy known TGTs in the map, you're gonna be able to see the F-18 Spider spawn around the middle or the eastern portion of the map. The enemy ace from Mission 10 is the Gripen E Louveteau, I hope I pronounced that correctly. In order to trigger his appearance in the game, you must destroy all of the camouflaged enemy SAM sites very fast. In other words, you really want to avoid damage to the cargo plane that you are escorting. Now, the locations of the SAM sites, they don't change even if you try the mission again. So you can see here in the speed up section of my video where they are located. I recommend you to bring the F-22 with the XSDB just because I personally think it's faster. And after you destroy all of them very fast, you're gonna see the Gripen E, the enemy ace, show up together with some Mirage 2000s that spawn from the east side of the map. And that's how you can engage him. The next enemy ace is the Rafale M Chasseur from Mission 11. In order to trigger his appearance, you need to go to the north portion of the map where the enemy platform is located and destroy all the enemy aircraft before they can take off from the platform. After you're done that, you're gonna be able to see the Rafale M, the enemy ace, spawn from the west side of the map. Since there are several enemy targets around those platforms, I recommend you to bring some air-to-air missiles as your special weapons, or to bring bombs so you can just bomb the platforms themselves and hit the enemy planes that are waiting for takeoff. The next enemy ace is the Sukhoi 33 Ibis, also from Mission 11. In order to find him on the map, you need to meet a certain condition. You need to fly inside that main platform on the northern portion of the map, the one that I just mentioned before. Basically, you're flying underneath the runway where the cores of the platform that you can destroy are located. Once you fly inside that little tunnel, you're gonna be able to see him pop up on the radar. He's gonna be located on the enemy's carrier fleet location, which is on the east side of the map, and he's going to try to flee northward, so you have to intercept him before he gets out of the airspace. If you were impressed that Mission 11 had 2 enemy aces, then you're in for a treat with Mission 12, which features 3 enemy aces. The first one is the MIR-2000 Foudre. Then to find him you have to pass underneath one of Stonehenge's turrets. Doesn't matter which one you choose, just fly underneath. As soon as you pass the turret, you're gonna see him appear on the radar just south of Stonehenge, so go ahead and destroy him. That is especially useful if you do it in the early mission, because you don't have to worry too much about the other enemies that are coming after Stonehenge. The next enemy ace is the A-10C Buffle, that also appears in Mission 12. In order to find him, you must first destroy the 3 A-10s that spawn on the east of the airspace and they are bound to Stonehenge. After you destroy all these 3 A-10s, you're gonna see both respawn on the west side of the operation, and he'll be approaching Stonehenge for quite a distance. Just fly out to intercept him and you should be good to go. And the last ace of Mission 12 is a Sukhoi 34 Walrus. In order to find this ace, you must do a proper job of defending Stonehenge, where you don't allow it to be damaged by enemy aircraft or ground troops. So just be sure to intercept, especially the enemy bombers as they try to approach Stonehenge. After you're done that and Stonehenge has suffered no losses or no damage whatsoever, you're gonna see the Sukhoi 34 Walrus spawn together with the helicopters on the northeast of the map. The next enemy ace on the list is the MiG-31 Comet. It appears on Mission 13, and in order to find him or trigger his appearance, you must first destroy the enemy missile silos very quickly. So just focus on the missile silos and not on the non-mission critical targets such as AA guns or SAMs. After the mission update, you're gonna find the ace with the MiG-31 slightly to your left and behind you. So turn around, go to the left. You're gonna need a very fast aircraft to pick up a MiG-31, so I recommend you either get a MiG-31 with special parts or a Raptor or something very fast. Go out, intercept him, and then remember that you still have to go after the enemy missiles in order to complete the mission. The next enemy ace is the Sukhoi 47 Gadfly that appears in Mission 14 KP Rainy Assault. Now in order to trigger the appearance of this ace, you must fly through the canyon in the first part of the mission very fast. I'm not sure exactly on what is the limitation, what is the time you have to be done with the canyon, but just try to do that as fast as you possibly can. This enemy ace will appear after the enemy brings in reinforcements, after you have started attacking the enemy base, and he will be mixed in with some Sukhoi 35s. Mission 15 has 2 enemy aces, and the first one we'll be taking a look is the F-2A Bogen. In order to find this ace, you must first destroy the Aegis ashore. It's an enemy facility that is very close to the enemy headquarters that you're gonna see later in the mission, and that's the target I have indicated right now. Destroy that facility, and right after that, go south on the map and look for the F-2. He'll be trying to fly south and to escape out of the map, so you need a fast aircraft, possibly with some long-range missiles or weapons. And the other enemy ace in this mission is the Sukhoi 37 Serpent. In order to see this ace, you must first score over 17,000 points in the first part of this mission, and you'll be able to find him around the south portion of the city over the shore. That's usually where he hangs around. The next enemy ace is the Sukhoi 35S Axeman. that you can find in Mission 16. In order to see this ace, you must first earn over 10,000 points in the first part of the mission. After you reach 10,000 points, you're gonna be able to see him approach the area from the northwest. You're gonna see his as a single target, and he'll still be marked as an unknown. So just go close to him, identify him, or start shooting at him, and that's how you get him. The next enemy ace on our list is the F-35C Mantis. In order to unlock him or see him show up on the map, you first have to fly over the mass driver, which is this, space catapult kind of thing, at a very low altitude, almost as if you were being launched from it in the very first part of the mission. Now it's important that you have to do this all the way from the very start until the very last part of the mass driver at a low altitude, so make sure that your collision warning is still going on through all that time, almost like if you were being catapulted from the mass driver. After this little stunt, you're gonna see the F-35C Mantis show up when you get the mission update, where you have to fly out and intercept the enemy bombers before they approach the island. These enemy bombers are coming from the east, and you should be able to find the F-35 Mantis somewhere there, but again, he will still be marked as an unknown until you identify him, just like in the previous mission. The next enemy ace on our list is the YF-23 Lynx that you can find on Mission 18 Lost Kingdom. In order to find this ace, you must first go from the start point to the Shilaji Castle in less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds while destroying all the targets on your way. For this mission, I recommend bringing some very powerful air-to-ground weapons capable of multi-lock, because most of the targets on your way are going to be ground targets. After you destroy all the enemies on your way to the castle, you should be able to see the YF-23 just over the city as you get there. The last two enemy aces are both from Mission 19 Lighthouse. The first one, which we'll cover, is the F-22A Tempest. In order to find him, you must first score over 20,000 points in the first part of the mission. After you get that score, you should be able to find him to the southeast of the lighthouse or the space elevator, engage and shoot him down. And that leaves us to the last enemy ace, which is the Sukhoi 57 Calamity. This one is also based on score, where you have to reach over 17,000 points in the first part of the mission, but he is a bit of a tricky guy to shoot down. That is because he doesn't appear in the main part of the mission, but you'll be able to see him outside of the map on the very south of the border. In order to shoot him down, you're gonna need a long-range weapon such as long-range air-to-air missiles or your railgun, or at least in my case I tried with the pulse lasers and it worked. Just look him up outside of the radar. It's very hard to see him because he's a stealth plane, so you have to get very close to the edge of the map, but shoot him down, and that's the last enemy ace. So congratulations, because you reached the end of this guide, and doing everything that I said should be enough to earn you the Birds of Prey achievement on your PlayStation, Xbox or Steam as well. And by shooting down all these enemy aces, you'll be able to see them on the data viewer, on the assault records, and you also get the skin number 3 for all the aircraft, including the X-02 Wyvern, because in order to get that special skin, you need to shoot down all of the enemy aces in the game. So in the end, I want to thank you for watching. I hope this video has been helpful to you to find all the tricky enemy aces. If you like this kind of content, please be sure to subscribe, like and share. That helps out a lot. And I'll see you guys next time.